Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to issue number 20 of A Collar Break, your third favorite podcast. I'm here, comic book stash. I'm joined by my friend. Well, friend, I don't know if friend, but like my business partner,
Coworker.
Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
coworker. It's a very distant relationship. Cody collects. How's it going, Cody?
I'm doing good, man. Just I'm glad we got a very special guest with us who you'll introduce in a second. But I'm so glad he's on.
Yeah,
Why
this
don't
is
you
our
just throw it to him?
first returning guest. It's Ivan. I mean, Euros Gift on
Yeah,
TikTok, but
yeah.
Ivan. That's how we know him.
Only you can call you by my government. To everybody else, only you and Cody. Everybody else is Euro. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
But
We
hi
good.
guys.
How's it going, man? Not like I didn't
Uh,
see you 2 hours ago.
I know, right? It's funny considering like we just saw each other. But I'm doing good. Came back from a walk. Uh, ready to do an
That's a
interview
very
with my
adult
boys.
thing to do.
It
Do
was
the
I'm
walk.
like
going, I'm going on a walk.
I didn't feel like going to the gym. Okay.
I've been going on a
Well,
lot more walks. That's when you know you're like getting to adulthood. You know what I mean? I feel like you just start taking a lot of walks.
It was as soon as I got the credit card, Cody. I was like, oh well, I'm an adult now.
Yep.
for me, it was I asked my mom, like, I was like, Mom, we ran out of toothpaste, and she said, You work.
Dang it. So she's not gonna give us some tooth. Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's
Yeah.
like
Actually, I think that might have
the
been my first realization,
necessity. She's
too.
not gonna.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
the moment where I was like, Oh, life has changed. Also, and this is a dark one, but my dad, this is years ago, so like nobody worry. If anything, he's listening to this. He's good. My dad got into a car accident like 3 years ago, and like COVID, so my mom couldn't really go in to see how he was doing. So like for 4 hours, I didn't know what he was doing, and I was like, well, guess I'm the man of the house.
You stepping up. You put on some suspenders.
he didn't even
You
give
go
a
on a
call.
walk.
That thought process was because that thought process was terrifying. My brother was like, "Why are you so scared?" And I was like, "I can't do this."
Exactly. Like I'm not trying to pay any bills.
But that's enough of my dad. I wanted to ask you guys. Well, I asked Cody first. Cody, how was Free Comic Book Day?
Man, you did that because you asked me because you knew I didn't go. That's mean, dude.
It's
You
a
know.
low blow.
Nah, so I was telling them before we started recording. I didn't get to go to Free Comic Book Day, unfortunately. It's like the second year in a row I haven't been able to make it. There's something always going on. I'm
It's
always
a
going to
curse.
graduations. Yeah, dude. It really is a curse, dude. I shouldn't. I don't give a shit about my sister's graduation, bro. Like I should go to Free Comic Book Day.
Listen, I hope she listens to this. I'll make
She'll
sure.
graduate again. Fuck it.
I'll send it through. I'll send her this clip. She'll laugh.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things where like Free Comic Book Day, I'm always excited. I'm like, hey, free. It's my day. It's like my holiday. And this is gonna sound really bad, but like, I go and I'm always underwhelmed.
To be honest, my first one, and yeah, it was.
I mean, it's cool for the experience of going, but like the free comics are never that
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, typically they're setting up like more stuff you have to spend money on, right? So like whatever the Marvel event is or the DC event. I don't know if you guys saw. So the free comic book you guys got, like the DC Terror, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
like-
I'm gonna
Nightmare
skip
Fuel.
that. Yeah, like I'm skipping that entire event, bro. I don't know if you saw the checklist. Is the checklist in the
it's
free
like
comic
52.
book day?
It's what 52 comics, right?
Yeah, nah.
It's something
Bro.
crazy like that.
I'm gonna only read that one. That's it.
I'm not.
Dude.
I'll say this, and hey, people can judge me. This podcast is about being new to comics and not knowing enough. That's our slogan. I've been to 3 free comic book days, and I have never read a single free comic book day comic.
Mm-mm-mm.
I get him, and I'm like, that was great, and then I leave him on the side.
Just wasting trees, man. What's wrong with you?
So
I'm not
so it's
wasting.
funny.
They were printed regardless.
Fair, yeah.
So the interesting thing about Free Comic Book Day, even though it might be free to the customers, it turns out the shops actually have to pay for it. So it's always weird when my shop, she just like tries to give me everything, but to me it's like maybe save them for like a kid that comes. You know what I mean? Like they can get the Terror
Well,
DC
I went
Free
in
Comic Book Day, but
and I asked Brian, the guy who works at my shop. I was like, hey, how much do you guys get charged per free comic? And he gave me the number, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend at least double that,
yeah.
which is not a lot of money if I'm honest with you. But you know, I bought some things just because you gotta be nice. I mean, they're paying like even if it's 25 cents a comic, like they're spending money,
Yeah,
and like
that's the trade off. They expect you to like. A lot of shops have deals and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys had deals and.
Phil's didn't have deals,
No,
but like it's it's a smaller shop and it's a shop I really love, so I don't care for deals.
yeah.
You know, like I remember last year for my birthday, they were like, "Hey, you know, happy birthday. Here's this book," and I was like, "Nope, don't. How much is it?" I
Wait,
don't
it's
know,
like a
man. You gotta
fucking
support
birthday
the
gift?
stores. It's a local business, and I can show you guys what I bought. Not the free comic book day books; those don't matter. Let's be honest.
Nah.
I got two things that I have no idea what they are. I got this book, Animal Castle, that was
Ooh.
described to me as a adult Charlotte's Web. I never read
Oh,
Charlotte's Web, but apparently she dies, so that seems adult enough.
I
Like,
wonder
how
who gave
much
you
more
that
adult can
spoiler.
I get?
I wonder who gave you that spoiler.
Yeah, it was him. And then I got this book that I also know nothing about, but it reminded me of Fallout. It's called Nuclear
Oh,
Family.
Oh,
It's written
nice.
by Stephanie Phillips, and that's a name I recognize for some reason.
really?
Stephanie Phillips is writing Grimm right now. If you
Do
know
you
about
see?
that.
I recognize that name. I haven't read Grimm, but I know her. I know she exists. And Ivan, did you? I mean, you bought something, right, Ivan?
Something? Dog. I have a whole fucking big ass. I'm not going through all of these, first of all. But the majority is. I just got everything that I didn't get for like a month and a half because I was down tremendously. Okay, look,
He was color
every
broke.
I was very color broke. Like, dog, I'm colored and I'm broke. That's exactly what it was, bro. It was terrible. I have never felt so.
I want to
I
say
never been.
this just before anyone thinks anything. I say color broke because of the name of the podcast.
Right, not you're not calling out Ivan's race. That's
Holy
true.
shit!
That's
No,
true.
I'm
Only
not
20
calling out.
episodes to get canceled.
Yeah, yeah, canceled for calling him color broke.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm really mainly excited about that I picked up.
I already
You
know what
know
it is.
You know what it is. Yeah, you can't even act like I don't. I'm about to shuffle.
I know what it is. Just show it. Bring up milestone 30th anniversary.
Oh, nice, dude.
This little piece of beauty. All right. And the thing that's cool about it is like it's not even just like this static stuff in here. Like they get in some milestone characters into like a little team up, and they do like a whole little jump to like where it's showing like Terry McGinnis and like Future Static working together. So it's pretty cool. I like the book. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can
I
find
mean,
a
you like
picture.
milestone in general.
Yeah. I
This
mean
is,
they're made like
I
I think
saw
it's
that
like
was really interesting, and this is old news. It's nothing new, but like it's new to me. Keegan Michael Key found out that like his half brother or something like that was the guy who created Static.
are you dead ass?
Yeah, he
That's
died. I mean,
that's
at this
dope.
point, like the
Oh.
creator of Static passed, but he found out, and like that to me is like awesome.
I watched the documentary, but I can't remember the name. That's unfortunate. I
That's
can't remember the name.
that's actually dope as hell.
Yeah, but like, what's the people are asking for Keegan Michael Key to play a character in Static, because James
He
Gunn did mention that they wanted I don't want to say Elastic Man it's something like that. It's something like plastic elastic
Plastic Man.
something man.
From the
He has
Milestone
like
universe, I'm not sure.
he has like a purple suit. Let me see.
Dude, I'm
I'll
so
say it
bad
right
at
now.
I don't I gotta get like so they just put out actually was the Milestone Compendium. I gotta get that and read up on some Milestone stuff because
Yeah, I have the
I
first part. I need to get the second one.
nice. Yeah, I saw like the documentary kind of detailing how Milestone came to be. That's on HBO Max. It's pretty good. I'd
Rubber
recommend it.
Band Man.
Rubber Band Man, yeah, that's
Yeah.
his
Hey, plastic elastic. I wasn't that far.
I don't think you could play Rubber Band Man because they're around in the show at least or in the comics too. They're around the same age, so it's like he's a little old.
Oh, I
You know?
got you. Same age as Static.
Yeah, he's around the same age. Like he's like maybe I think he's like around the age of his older sister. So it's like Keegan like 50, bro. I don't think it's gonna work.
I want to like put out a message right here for all the fans of Static Shock. Fuck Richie's dad.
Oh yeah, fuck Richie's
Get out
dad.
of here,
I mean,
Richie's dad.
they tried to make us redeem him at the end of the episode. You're just going to a comic convention. You're still racist. You're still racist. It doesn't matter.
We're at Color Break. We are the number one haters of Richie's dad.
Yeah,
Put
fuck
it out there.
All my
I have
homies hate
never
Richie's dad.
watched. I have never watched. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I want to see. This is not related to comics. but it's related to TikTok, which I know we all post videos there. I have my new thing is watching entire shows on TikTok videos.
Yeah, I think I watched all of Young Sheldon on TikTok.
Yeah, I watched, and I don't care about Young Sheldon, but I've watched
At
every
all.
episode apparently.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude, yeah.
I know his brother had a kid or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was actually like a bunch of accounts that were just playing the new Mario movie on TikTok, like in 2-minute chunks, so you could like watch the whole thing on a page, and then they would take down the page, but they would just
it was gone like a minute. Just make a new page, just keep doing it.
Yeah,
no,
and
so
you can just watch the Mario.
I've never watched
like
Static Shock, but I got to watch that one episode. Hey, you know this. Why are you looking at me like this? Like I'm looking at you like in the screen. No, actually, you'll be down there. You know this.
Wait, I thought, wouldn't he be up or no? Okay,
No,
he's down.
Guest is at the bottom of the screen.
Bang, yeah.
Why am I in the bottom?
Switch him with me right now, Christian. I'm gonna make you keyframe us and switch us around.
Okay.
Nah,
I guess I'll switch him around at some point.
But no, I think you should watch Static though.
Oh, I definitely would like it.
I mean, if you have HBO, it's on there.
That'll probably be So I made a video recently, and I want to talk about this on the pod for no reason other than the fact that I made a video. Because I want to join a new fandom, man. Like I love some fandoms, but I'm like I can't watch more MCU.
Fair.
I can't watch more Star Wars. Like it's all out.
Fair.
I watched them, so I want to join more things. And like Lord of the Rings, Avatar, and TMNT are my options. And Avatar is winning.
Because Avatar is just goated. I'd say if you wanted like a longevity, like there's actual like full on lore and everything.
I don't know, Cody. Cody, did you watch Avatar?
No, I was not. You know, I don't know. It was on like a weird time. I usually watch Cartoon Network. Dude, Ivan's losing his mind over here. Like, I know what happens. Like, I've seen like season 1, 2, and then like the ending, but I haven't seen like the middle stuff. It's kind of messed up. I know.
Listen, I just know he has like all the powers.
I have so many things to say.
Yeah, you can say him. If it's just calling his name.
Okay, I get Christian a little bit because he wasn't here. But
no, but they played it and it was playing in Ecuador.
Actually, no, yeah, you watch SpongeBob, so it don't make sense. Never mind, you don't get a pass. Cody, why don't you watch Avatar? I need to know.
I don't know, dude. You know, so it was on Nickelodeon, right? And yeah. I guess I was just mostly on Cartoon Network, but
so was I. I was on that same wave, but I knew
it was on. Like I should have switched channels. Like I was messing up. You know what it was actually? I swear to God, this is it. So like in Avatar, right? If you miss like one of the episodes, like it's sequential. You have to watch it in order. Like it's an actual TV show. It's not like just a regular cartoon.
Yeah.
So I really feel like even back then I had this problem where I missed one episode. What am I? How am I supposed to catch up? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they had reruns sometimes before they showed.
Yeah, but like you still had to catch the right rerun.
It's tough. It's tough to like you gotta look at the TV guide or whatever and try to figure out when it's on. I don't know. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
We could record the episodes. You know, like we had like the VCR, but like also like I would go into my parents' room like, guys, you have.
No, but dude, but seriously though, Ivan, like to your point, at this point, like in 2023, there isn't an excuse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I could have pulled it up on whatever.
Kid selves, I'll give a pass because y'all had no control over that. But now, what has stopped you, Christian?
Exactly, it's probably on like Paramount,
Netflix. Right? You've watched a lot of John Mulaney. Netflix has Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That's so awesome how you know what he was watching.
Do I have a signed Avatar vinyl? On my wall? No. John Mulaney did send me one, and he wrote a little joke on it, so I'll watch all his specials.
That's adorable. But you want to?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I'll say this: nobody cares. He did this thing where like you can get his like not his newest special, but the one before in vinyl, and it was like like write a if you want like a message written on it, and I just wrote like honestly, just love your work. I'm just gonna hang this up on my wall or something. So the message says, "Hey, I'm on your wall" or something.
Nice, I gotcha.
Maybe he wrote that for everyone, but like, I'm happy I have it.
I don't think so. I think
it seems specific.
Avatar seems like something I would like, and my little brother watched all of it. At some point, I'll watch. Listen, if it wins, I'll watch it. I promise.
So you're telling me your little brother?
Is it only 3 seasons, or is that it's not all on Netflix?
Well, then you have Korra. You can
Not
miss the
important.
live action movie.
You can miss the live action movie.
Yeah.
No, I'll watch it.
Don't dare. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a waste of 2 hours. But Korra, you don't really. I mean, you can watch it for continuity sakes, but you don't really need it. I watch
Well,
it
the
just to
thing is,
watch
they're
it.
making new seasons after Korra. So
No,
like
but it's
new
not based
shows.
around. But it's not based around Korra though. It's based around the
No, but
original
what I'm
thing.
saying is like the next Avatar. So like,
Oh
might
yeah,
as well.
like, yeah. If you're gonna watch him,
Yeah, yeah, but like if you just want to catch, like if you want to understand what's going on, just watch the original series.
Yeah,
No,
like the kind of-
listen.
it's all
I'll
on
say
Netflix,
this:
dude.
if Avatar wins my little competition,
Yeah.
I'll watch all of it. I'll watch Korra. You know.
I'm not saying don't watch Korra. I'm saying you don't need to. Like,
My
if you're
favorite
looking-
thing is and I will say this: I just said like write in the comments what you would like me to watch, and people have two different people have made like actual videos pitching me why I should watch Avatar.
Yeah, bro, it's
And
a
it,
great story.
They're passionate.
yeah, no,
I think
it's
that- I think-
like a passionate like fan base.
I think that's probably where they missed a little bit with Korra, because like they had one goal, they were doing like something that they were doing together. You know what I'm saying? Like there was the team felt more unified because they came together along the way, and something that made sense because it all had plays to do with his development also. So I just think that they missed a few of those points when it came to her, because the team, like if you watch Korra and then you watch Avatar, you're gonna realize the gang of like the main gang, the difference between them, it's crazy.
Like to
Kinda
me, the
sad.
funny thing is, and no hate to this person. I thought it was really funny, but it was like, hey, these are the three options. What do you want me to watch? And someone commented anime.
Nice, dude. No, like
Yes, yes. Join
Which is
us.
like, yeah, but here's the thing: like, do I watch all of it?
Yes.
right. You better start, dude. You better dive
Start
in,
with
man.
Boku no Pico.
I know.
If you
about
watch
that.
anime, you know what I'm saying.
I know that one too. I'm not gonna like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I would have to watch One Piece and then Naruto, and that's like
Oh,
10 years of my life. I'm not getting back.
No. One Piece is last. No offense to the One Piece heads. I'm just saying, that's 1,000 episodes. I'd say start with Naruto if you want to do anything. That's the best. I literally say this: if you want to get into anime or like you want to start an anime, easy. Like it's a good story, but it's not like too much to have to understand too much. Like it's good story, not a hella detail, but good detail, and you can. And it's a lot of cool shit in the anime. Honestly, I feel like their fights are like when they go hand to hand.
I've heard that it's like a good entry level.
Yeah,
anime.
very good entry level.
Yeah,
It's
that
top
and
3
Demon
entry level.
Slayer. Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, those are two that I have watched. Those are very easy to get into.
I think Titan, like when you start out, it's fine. When you get into like after
Season 3.
what's considered season 3, yeah, it starts to get to the lore starts to lose some people. So like you have to actually read, and it'd be like I'm talking bricks of words, dude.
I wanted to ask, not related to that, but we were talking about you know, like all these things we bought. I haven't bought the entire store the other day, you know. So I want to know what you guys have been reading. I'll go last, but Cody, let's start with you, man.
Yeah, dude. Not much. No.
I saw you reading.
Yeah. So I've been reading more. I'm trying to catch up like on whatever I can read like digitally. So like it's not like up to date latest new comic books, but just like whatever's on like DC Universe that I haven't read yet. So like a lot of the Lazarus Planet event. I don't know if you guys are all about the Lazarus Planet event, but I got all those. Dude, that's to tie it back to what we were talking about, the DC horror thing that's going on.
I have
It
it here. I'll tell you
frustrates
the
me
name.
because I'm such an idiot, right? that I bought all like the Dark Crisis stuff, right? There were so many
Yeah.
spinoffs for that. And then I bought all the Lazarus Planet stuff, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, dude, at some point I gotta put my foot down.
Get that shit out of here.
I gotta get my foot down, dude.
Night
Because I didn't really
Terrors.
like Joshua Williamson's like the Crisis event was fine. I was getting it because it was my first Crisis event, right? I feel like you gotta pull it when it's your first Crisis event or whatever. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Joshua Williamson. He's very hit or miss for me. So it's another Joshua Williamson event, right? Which is already very frustrating enough. But then you show me that I need 52.
Oh.
Anyway, so I've been reading Lazarus Planet because I'm an idiot. I'm trying to catch up on that stuff.
You know
and
what?
then-
I'll tell you this. I've been reading like the current like Dawn of DC books, which by the way,
Yeah,
so great. Honestly, like
yeah,
Superman.
dude. So far, absolutely.
all of them have been super good. But like they'll mention Lazarus Planet, but it doesn't feel consequential to like the rest of the story. I'm trying to see
so-
how many Night Terrors books are they, but it doesn't really say here. So I'm just gonna look it up.
You just gotta like insert the picture of the freaking checklist, dude. Like I almost punched a hole in my computer monitor when I saw that, dude.
It's
But
so
you know,
stupid. It's honestly like, and not to like shit on them because like, hey, people are gonna buy it, you know.
Yeah,
yeah, and
People are definitely gonna buy it. Just for me, like, it's so much work,
mm,
and I don't
it's like
care
homework,
enough.
bro. Yeah, it really it makes comic reading feel like homework, and that's why it's for. So I'm trying to read stuff I actually enjoy, right? So I'm still chugging through the Superman Omni. I'm like way behind. That was like 2 months ago. We're trying to
yo,
read that.
I'm halfway through
yo,
the Batman Omni I just bought, so I'll talk about that in a
Nice.
second.
what the fuck, Christian?
And then the last one that I'm trying to catch up on is Last Ronin. So once I'm done with Last Ronin, maybe we can do something about Last Ronin because I've heard that other people got that too. So
Yeah.
Okay, so I have
yeah,
it
that's
here.
all
I
I've
have
been
the
reading.
picture of the checklist here.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
so many
dude!
things.
I don't even want to know.
Like every week, it's like 5 things, and at that point, you're already asking like way too much from people.
It's a lot of attention
It's
span
like
they're asking for.
48 books.
48 in total.
And
Yeah.
and I guess to DC's credit, like the other stuff is being put on pause, like the main Batman title and stuff like that. But dude, a lot of these Donna DC books just started. They're on issue like 2 or 3, and you're putting them on hold for like a weird event. That's
What I like is that like with Batman, they just continued it because Chip Zdarsky
right,
is killing it.
right.
I need to catch up.
And I have a question, Cody. You know more about DC than I do. They would go with the Batman storyline or with the Detective Comics
What do you mean for?
if they're gonna do Night Terrors.
Dude, that's a good question. So like in my head, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where they line up. I think I guarantee you, I think that Detective Comics technically takes place before the Dark Crisis event, even. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so it's like a
And
separate
I don't know
thing.
where. Yeah, like it all happens in the history of Batman, but I don't know where it happens. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
it's just weird.
What
Like they go on at the same time
what made
almost.
me
It's
laugh
kind of weird.
about Detective Comics? First of all, DC Comics, get a better name. Your name is Detective Comics Comics. You know, but that's besides the point. Detective Comics, it's kind of interesting because it's like 1,000 issues at this point, and they're like, "Oh, Batman, you're getting old. At some point, he's gonna have to be old.
Yeah.
If you're now
It,
mentioning it in continuity, there's gonna be a
well,
point where
it's that weird thing, dude. They never age, really. You know what I mean? They're like the Simpsons, right? Where it's just like it's been 30 years, but Bart's still in like fourth grade or whatever it
I think
is.
he might just be failing the year.
He
The
could be, but
family.
then Lisa's so bright, she's not failing. You know what I mean? So something's
No,
going
but I
Talk
on.
mean,
about like
to
family
me,
guy.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I know Cody. I know you're loving, or like you were loving the Detective Comics run by Ron V. Is it Ron V?
Yep.
Are you still partial to that one, as opposed
Um,
to Chip Zdarsky?
I don't. So for the Chip Zdarsky race, I know Ivan says he hasn't caught up, so I'm not gonna spoil anything here. But I will say, like the Ron V stuff,
I
it's
would
kind of like
not
the
be mad.
darker.
Yeah,
That's
no,
kind of like
hundred
where
percent.
I tend to prefer my Batman stories to be like on the grittier, darker side. And it
Mm.
feels like Chip Zdarsky's is just like he's having like a ton of fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I could see
you know
the
what I
Chip
mean?
Zdarsky run going long.
For sure. Like I'm sure it can get dark at some point. Like, Chip, he writes dark stuff sometimes. It's just like so far the failsafe arc was just like a ton of fun. And then the multiversal stuff has been fun too, but it's not
Yeah.
like scary or dark or gritty.
No, I
So
think he could jump into it, especially
for
now
sure.
that like Batman's gone through some things, and I won't mention what. But I think it could get darker. I like Chip Zdarsky's writing in general, so that's why I'm enjoying it more. Ron
Yeah.
V's is not bad. It's just I stopped around like issue number 3 of the Ron V run.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I'm still buying them, so I'm gonna catch up. I've been reading a lot. So, Ivan, what have you been
Yeah, dude.
reading?
That asked the same thing as Cody. I bet, except for the Lazarus stuff because I can't be asked. But
Yeah.
the Superman Omni, I've been trying to finish that so we can get that done. I'm at 800, I think.
Nice.
But it was slow, dude. Oh my gosh! Like when
Yeah,
I understand why they want to show the family stuff because that's the main point of Superman. But
Right.
dog, I just wanted to flip fast. That's why like
Dude,
well,
that's so interesting, bro. That's like it's so weird because we'll like dive deeper in if we ever do like
yeah,
our
we'll do an
we've been talking about
omnivoice,
forever. Yeah, but
omnivoice.
like so for me, I
omnivorous.
tend to like my Superman's story is like more quieter, not like so much action packed,
Yeah,
punchy,
no.
punchy stuff.
It
Cody
was
likes
wholesome.
his Batman dark and his Superman light.
No,
Yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with him. I agree with him wholeheartedly. It was just like I don't know. I just felt like at some
I
points it
think
was
you
getting
just
cringy.
hate John Kent.
No, I don't hate John Kent. I don't hate John Kent.
Did you come to like more like him as you were
I've
reading?
come to understand him a little more because I gotta remember he was raised by Superman. Like that's why he's corny. He was raised by Superman, but at the same time, Superman's not corny. They're not corny. They're just wholesome. You know what I mean? And I'm used to like stories that are very more like gritty. So when I
Yeah.
do read wholesome, I'm like, but I got used to it, and I did like I kind of went back to those and like tried to reread them and like take it for their full value. And I do, and it's good like state points. Like I say, like they're regular people too. They're not just superheroes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that at the end of the day. But it was a part of me. I was like, oh my god, hurry up.
I blew through that Omni.
I don't
So
understand how you read so. No, I need to talk about this. We started reading at the same time, same amount of time. We're on lunch. I closed. We finished the book. I was like, "Yo, how far you get?" I'm like, almost halfway. I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean you're almost halfway? I only read like 30 pages." So am I remedial or he's just a genius? It's one or the other.
He
and
doesn't look at the art though. That's the thing.
no,
He
no,
just
no.
looks
He
at the
tried to
word.
coach me. He tried to coach me on it. Not coach me. He tried to like, school me like, oh, what happened here? And I know
Oh,
what
he got it.
happened.
Yeah, he got it. And I was like, "Yo, bro, okay, how do you do it? Tell me how you do it. 'Cause I need to know. I need to get on that speed." 'Cause
My brain just, it's like,
he
I
just
do have,
started reading that Batman on me. By the way, do you remember what he said? He stopped halfway. How do you do that?
I,
In like one sitting, dude. That's pretty
Yes,
crazy.
yeah, I
1
mean, at
hour.
one work shift.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I have
yeah,
it right
yeah.
here. Let me tell you exactly where I am, so you can tell me. I started reading it
First of all,
today at
don't
work.
leave out the fact that the majority of your reading was done during lunch with only 1 hour. So
Wow.
like most of the time you're answering calls. I saw you, boy. Come on now.
Let
I
me
sit
let
right
me
next to
pull out the book out of my color break comic book carrying bag.
you.
Oh, that's true. Can you guys see mine hanging up back there? I tried to do a little
I'm
ad
still
place, but it's not
waiting
very
for
good.
shipping
But
and
I
what's
I don't
going
know if
on,
you can
guy?
see it, but I stopped right there.
wow,
That's
dude,
literally almost halfway. You fucking maniac.
that's crazy.
I like reading, man. That's all I gotta say. Like once
I'm
I
not
get in the
saying
groove,
I don't, but it's like I don't know. I feel like I maybe like I have like an OCD. Like I feel like I didn't read it really. I used to like read fast, and like I wouldn't really retain knowledge past like a certain point in time that I needed it, which is why I would be studying pretty well. But it's like I just need to reread it, get it, and then look at the pictures. You know, I'm
I
like, all
will
right,
say
cool.
this: when I was in
Yeah,
first
I know
grade,
what you mean.
and this is not bragging because it was a big problem. When I was like in first or second grade, I would read so fast that sometimes I would like read the same thing twice or three times because I'd just be like
Yeah,
finish the line and go back and go back. So I had to like
Gotcha. Yeah.
I remember like my teachers had to talk to my parents about it, or my parents talked to my teachers. Someone talked to someone, and I had to like train myself to read better.
Right, like slow, like slow down a tad. You know what I
Not
mean? Just
necessarily
like,
slow down, but like still read at my speed, but like
yeah, yeah.
organize my brain. But listen, that Batman Omni is great. Cody, I know you own it.
I do own it. I
Chef's
read like
kiss.
probably like the entirety of the first Omni, like whatever that contains.
Yeah,
Like just a long time ago. I haven't read it in so
but
long,
it's
but
it's magical, dude. And the
yeah,
Greg
dude.
Capullo's art. It's probably
I'm
like
gonna
I've
check
read
that
some
out.
Batman. Even like against Chip Zdarsky. This is my Batman right here.
Bro, I even should pick up that Omni. That's like a great. That's what everybody says is like read Batman Year One and then pick up like the Zack Snyder or not Zack Snyder. Sorry,
I
The
think
you know what I'm
Scott's.
talking about.
you let me read year one, right, Chris? Or if
Yeah,
I
you
don't
read
know.
year one was your first Batman story. I
Yeah.
I made sure.
That's the classic. That's like the
Well, I
quintessential
I gave
Batman
him.
origin.
Hear me out. I gave him year one, then I gave him Long
Long
Halloween,
Halloween.
then I gave him Dark
Nice,
Victory, and then I gave him Hush.
nice. That's like the four. That's like the four everybody says, dude.
I think he started to realize I was hooked. Like he got me when I kept turning around to him, asking him about Long Halloween. I was like, "It's him, isn't it?"
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
I made him read. We can talk about this. I made him read Do a Power Bomb.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
and Cody,
first.
you love that book.
You're gonna hate what I said. I had to say when I first started reading it.
Oh man, don't break my heart. Don't break my
I read
heart.
the first two and I was like, "This shit kind of."
No, you read the first one, and you were
I
like,
read the
"This
first
is."
one. I was like, "This shit kind of buns," and he was like, "Why?" I'm like, "That's such a cliche way to start this."
Oh, I got you. I got you.
I told
I
him
was
read
like,
issue number two. Read issue
and I read
number
issue
two.
number two, and I was like, "Damn,
Yeah, dude.
that's some trauma right there. How do you deal with
Yeah,
that?"
dude.
And I kept reading, I want to see how it ended, and it ended how I expected it to, of course, with a lesson and not what they actually wanted. But You know, it was still a good run. I did underestimate it first issue, but it was good. It was good.
I
Yeah,
got you. Yeah, that's one of those that fits better. Like it probably reads a lot better in like a trade because as it was coming out month to month.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nice House on Lake, Christian. You know what I mean? Like I just it's hard. It's
Nice
hard to
House.
keep up with all these series
Like,
monthly, but
yeah, I started to
yeah. I
realize that
mean, and
about
we
Nice
got to
House.
talk to
yeah,
to the man himself.
Daniel Warren Johnson, dude, in
Back in
Chicago.
96. What is he?
Yeah,
What's he
dude.
like? He like-
Well, so first off, I think I pissed him off actually. So like, so like me and Christian go up and we're just talking to him like normal, and then I ask him to sign some things, and he's super cool. But then I pull out his, we're talking about do a power bomb as he's doing his signing and everything. I
Yeah.
told him, I'm trying to collect everything he's got in like hardcover, and I was asking him like when is do a power bombs like hardcover gonna come out or whatever. And then I pull out like a sketchbook, and I ask him like, can you just sign it? Like it's just a signature book, right? Like it's about
Yeah.
this big, nothing. I'm
Not too
not asking
crazy.
for like a free signature because he was charging people for
Mhm.
those, which I get. You know what I mean? Got to make your money.
Yeah.
So I was like, very clearly, like I'm just looking for a signature, and he thought I was trying to get like a free sketch, and so he ended up doing like a sketch, and he was like, seemed mad about it. Like he seemed like,
Oh, you should have
and I
seen
was like,
Cody.
bro, you,
The next 20 minutes, Cody was like, "I pissed him off. My favorite
dude,
writer. He
right,
hates me."
he probably it probably didn't go down like that in his like point of view, but for me, like I thought I saw like and he started doing the sketch. I'm like, no, just the sig, dude. I'm not looking for a free sketch.
I mean, at least it's cool that he did it though. That's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Cody was. I mean,
He
honestly, it
was
was like
distraught.
20 minutes. It was
Yeah,
20
dude.
minutes of him like, he hates me now, which I
Dude,
get.
so
Like, I totally
man,
get that.
he every time Christian and I went by his table, he had like a pretty decently long line, and everybody we passed, they had. I thought I had a ton of stuff for him to sign, but dude, people
People
brought
were coming around with carts, dude.
yeah,
What
like
the fuck?
dude, they were getting like 40 plus things signed by Daniel Warren
No,
Johnson. I was
those
like,
are
that's
people that are trying
crazy.
to sell shit. Other people are trying to sell shit.
No,
Maybe, dude.
These looked like people like it was like all different books, and these looked like people who like really loved it.
It
Okay.
depends. There definitely people like that going on, Ivan, and
Oh,
they
100%.
they try to get around it by saying like if you're trying to get the same like number one signed, like I'm gonna charge you like more money for the next one. He's like I can clearly see what you're doing.
I
Like
know
who
Chip
needs more than
Zdarsky.
two
I know
number
Chip
ones?
Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky. I think he charged like let's say $5 or $10 for like any spider. Not Chip Zdarsky. Seb Wells.
Mhm.
Oh
Cody's
yeah.
gonna hate that I confused them.
Mm-hmm.
Seb Wells was charging like $5 to $10 a signature,
Said, well,
and for
where did I see
issue
that
number
name?
1, he was charging double.
Where did I see that name?
Chip,
That's
He's
the Spider-Man guy.
yeah.
He's right. He's
Oh.
currently writing Spider Man. Yeah.
All my homies hate that guy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Ivan actually. Like, I know you haven't been
started
picking
it,
up your
I read
pulls,
it,
so
I
yeah.
read a few of them. Then I was like, this shit is dumb. I get why Kristen likes it because it is like on brand with the misery of Spider-Man. But it's like I just couldn't. I was like, I'm done with this, man. I'm done.
No, I mean, with time, there's things I don't like about it, and I'll be honest, and I'll say it to his face. Doesn't mean he's like a bad writer. He's just like the choice he took, the direction was not my favorite, you know? Because like he wrote Spider-Ham, and Spider-Ham blew my mind. Like Spider-Ham was so fun, and like that to me, like I was like, he's not a bad writer because he's written things that I love, you know?
Right.
I just feel the
Like-
direction he took, and he knows people hate it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Oh, for real? He was like, yeah, I know you don't like this.
Yeah, what did he say? He said they told me to maybe avoid conventions from now on.
Yeah, they literally told like he was telling someone was interviewing him right in front of us before we went up and talked to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, Zeb Wells told them like, yeah, Marvel actually told me like maybe hold off on cons for a little bit, like after the issue
Damn,
comes
it's
out.
that bad?
I totally forgot what the twist even was, but yeah, everybody that's currently reading is like mad about it. So I totally I dropped it like a couple of bunch of
I
issues
need to know
back.
what
So I
this
don't even know.
twist is then. Jesus.
I have it. I'll bring it to work.
All right, cool.
But yeah, no.
Jesus.
I mean, nothing against the guy. You know, he was nice. Cody has like, you know, he
I
created
got my
something.
beef. I got my beef with them. You guys see that show Beef starring Steven Yeun and Ali Wong on Netflix, dude?
Yeah.
They're not sponsoring, by the way. I just think it's a good show.
But if they want
but
to,
if they want to, it's all about like a person having beef with someone. So I could absolutely have beef with Zeb Wells, and it could get to that point
You're on the
to,
show.
to
He
be like a
just
Netflix show.
we just had to wait a little bit.
Let's give it some time. And then
Just
I'm
like
just so
on
impatient. It's just my
and
feet hurt, dude.
yeah, not like to criticize Cody, and this is just like something funny. It was like a little kid like just go. Let's just go, man. I'd be like, Cody,
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's
stop.
not worth it, bro. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, Cody, stop. We're here. We made the line. We're gonna get his signature.
Yeah, it's like we're so close, but so far away, man. It's rough.
there.
Wait,
But
okay,
I-
wait.
Yeah.
Who? Well, so I was trying to think. We talked about. We got to talk about Guardians at some point, dude.
Oh yeah, no, we'll go right now. We'll go right
Okay,
now.
okay.
I just want to say, yeah, we've been. I'll just finish up with this. I realize now that I can read at work. I don't know why I wasn't doing it before.
Dude, you're killing it, man.
I read 40 single issues the other day,
Yeah, he was going through them.
and I want to give like a little like, you know, like just like fast right here.
Yeah,
Do
go
a
for it.
that were power bomb magical. I hate this place. One of my
Dude,
favorite
it's good,
stories
right?
now. I
We
hate
met
this
him
place.
too.
Yeah, we did. What's his name?
Kyle Starks, bro.
Kyle Starks. We
dude,
met Kyle
he was
Starks.
cool. He wanted to interview, so like we could probably ask him.
Yeah, no.
Ooh.
I love that book. It's so magical. The art is like out of this world too. It's so stylized. Whatever. Poison Ivy,
Nice.
still one of my favorite series. And,
Ivan, you getting Poison Ivy, dude?
I have not. He wants me to read it. I might just.
Dude.
Poison
I
Ivy's
don't know.
magical.
I don't know.
And Marcia Takara is killing it. Marcia Takara did all the art for all the issues except for 7 and 8, and I was so pissed. I was reading
true.
7 and 8, and like,
But you know what, dude? Like the person that got like has a similar style, so it's not like totally
No,
crazy.
no. It was great. I just got mad when I saw that his name wasn't on the cover. I was like,
I gotcha.
man.
Yeah.
But then
Nah,
I
man.
read it. It was good. It was very good. Poison Ivy's great. I caught up on John Kent Superman.
Nice.
Great. I mean, like once again, Dawn of DC, killing it. The Flash, 1 Minute War, and everything after that, great. Love Wally West. Not my favorite Flash,
But dude, it sucks because his run on the Flash is
Jeremy
ending
Adams,
now.
right? It's
yeah.
ending. Who's coming back? Who's coming to replace him?
I think it's his name is Simon Spurrier. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
Simon Spurrier. Let me refocus right here. Yeah, Simon Spurrier is coming back to replace him. Well, not coming back, coming to replace him. But yeah,
Yeah.
The Flash by Jeremy Adams, fantastic. Batman, I caught up on that too. Chip Zdarsky's killing it. I caught up on so many things, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
dude, that's great, man. That's good.
World Tree. Did you read World Tree?
Oh my gosh, man. So
World
it's
Tree-
a new indie book coming out of Image, Ivan, and it's by James Tynion the fourth, who does all like the horror stuff. It's like disturbing. It's like some deep web.
Yeah, I tried to read it at work, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's got nudity. I mean, the main girl who's like the killer or whatever, she's like walking around just nude. Like she just takes her clothes off and just kills everybody.
So yeah,
Right,
I
then.
tried
Yeah,
to read it
so-
at work, and I was like, nope, never mind.
You'd probably
But-
have to have a meeting with HR after that, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's
verification.
that book is really good. Like I really recommend it, Ivan, if you haven't read it.
What is it
It's
called again?
disturbing though.
Oh, and then my other favorite series at the moment is I caught up on Moon Knight, haven't caught up on Love Everlasting. Clear.
Clear. Yep.
Clear
Dude, spreading the
is
good word, man.
So good.
Spread the good word like it's gospel.
That's dude.
No,
That's Scott
Clear-
Snyder too.
Yeah, Clear is one of those books that I read it and I was like, I need this to be a show, a movie, something. Immediately,
Yeah, dude.
just like so great.
Yeah,
So
that's
then, you
I
know-
think Christian, do you want to explain the premise of Clear real quick?
The premise of Clear, people like there's this like thing called what are they called, Cody? Forget.
I don't know the exact term, but they're kind of
Veils.
like contacts
They're
from what
called
I
veils.
understand. Veils, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
No, it's like a drug. I think that you can see the world in different ways. Like for example, you want
Right.
to see everything as a cartoon. Great, you can do that. You want to see everything like it's a western. You can do that. You want to see your wife as someone else. You can do that. Yeah, no, it gets crazy. And there's this guy who just doesn't use veils. He's just
he's like a
clear-eyed.
detective or
Yeah,
private detective or whatever. And yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to solve like a crime, but the world like Christian's describing, it's like cyberpunk and like everything's neon.
Ooh.
and then like in a fight, they'll be fighting, and like it cuts between like cartoony, and then like
Yeah, it's like whatever the people he's fighting, like how they're interpreting the world, and it gets really crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a short run, right?
I think it was digital first, so I don't know how long the like the physical, maybe like 4 issues or something like that.
Yeah, it's very good though. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, that's enough of comic books. We don't care about comic books in this podcast. I want to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh.
And I
Dude,
want to pass it off to Cody, not because I'm tired of hosting, but because I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
yeah.
Cody, what
All
you
right,
think, man?
so maybe we should do like we can do like spoiler free, like a sentence, like a spoiler free sentence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good. Needed more Cosmo the dog. That's what I'm gonna say because I think Cosmo is my favorite character. It reminded me a lot of my own dog. I really think they look similar. So every time
Oh.
Cosmo's on screen, I was like, I'm gonna start crying, man.
Evan, your
I
one
miss my dog.
sentence,
That was more than one sentence, but
your one sentence spoiler free review.
I would say this is a Rocket movie.
nice.
This is a
My,
Rocket movie.
I will say, I like the way it was because it is good.
Yep,
That made sense.
they
Yes, sir.
speak good. No,
Les,
so
yeah,
Ivan, you mentioned right. It was a Rocket movie. I saw this thing, dude. Apparently, the James Gunn was saying that the whole trilogy was like technically Rocket was like the secret character that he was like setting up.
yeah.
Like it
I
wasn't
feel
a
like yeah, if you watch it, it's like
They
the two
tell, they
people they've
say it. I
named you
mean,
focus.
okay, let's say
right, right.
spoilers right now. If you haven't watched
All
the
right,
movie, get out. Come
leave a
back
like
when you watch
first.
it. Yeah,
Leave
Leave a
now.
like.
come
Get
back when
out.
you watch it, though. We
Like
love
the
you.
video though. Look at Ivan's gonna shoot.
We love you. Come back when you finish watching it. You know.
Yeah.
They do tell him in the movie, like it's always been about you,
right,
He just
right.
didn't know it. Yeah, he isn't.
and
It's
like
always been
they don't
true.
say it in context of the trilogy, but it is
Yeah.
definitely James Gunn saying like, hey,
Yeah.
it's always
When
this.
it,
And man, I mean, I'll say this, and I'll start just because I really want to hear you guys' opinion, and I just want to get mine out of the way. Um, I went into it like hearing like the best reviews ever, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was great, but I heard like you're gonna need tissues, you're gonna cry so many times. It's
Mm-hmm.
the best Marvel movie of all time. Some
Mm-hmm.
people said that. And then I walked in, and it was great, and it was sad, and I cried once, but I think I just like hyped it up too much. You
Oh,
know,
gotcha. Yeah.
I think that was my issue. I still gave it a 4 out of 5,
Good
which I
rating.
think is a very decent score.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Great rating.
really good score. That's really good. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 1.8.
Soundtrack was great. Not the best soundtrack in the trilogy,
Mm.
but I will say some of the song choices were great. Especially Florence and the Machine, Dog
Mm.
Days Are Gone, and No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
That sequence was insane.
That
yeah,
whole scene.
that's all I'll say about that. Honestly, I mean, I'll respond if you guys say something I want to chime in on. But like, now let's start with Ivan. What do you think, man? Because you have an interesting experience with Guardians of the Galaxy, and I want
Yeah,
you to talk
so
about it.
I was never into the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I never really found them like appealing. I mean, not like at least for me to go and watch them. Like I had no record, like no reason to. I had no interest in them by themselves. I had no interest in, just like any of the specific characters that were in the group. I just thought, hey, I'm gonna just not watch them and just watch other movies I want to watch. And then, as I got a little bit more into comics and stuff, I wanted to actually test the waters of different things I wasn't trying to watch. So I went and I watched the first one. I enjoyed it, of course, but it wasn't like my favorite Marvel movie. Like it was a good movie. It was fun. It was a good introduction. The second one, I went into thinking, okay, it's gonna be like that one, and it was okay for like the first half. I was kind of bored. I'm not gonna lie. I even told Christian I was like, I didn't really connect too much with the first half of the movie. But when they got to like dealing with ego and like from there, I did enjoy it. And I even told them I cried like just like a little bit when Yondu died. I was like,
Thug
damn.
tears.
I was like, fuck.
We call them thug tears in this podcast.
No, yeah, he got many a thug tears that day. I didn't know what's going on with me. I was like, what is this? But
I definitely cried at number 2. I will say that.
Nah, yeah, Mary Poppins, bro. Mary Poppins. But the
But yeah,
third
you got to
one,
experience number 2 and number 3 on the same day.
yeah, I finished them on the same day I
Oh.
watched 3. Yeah, so it was like a back to back kind of thing. 3, I did it. I loved the movie. I liked it. I like this the story of Rocket. I like how they went back into his timeline or whatever, and it's like it's in the sense like it kind of showed who he was as a character in the beginning. I felt like that was kind of telling. Like he was the only one of the little litter of raccoons that didn't move. Like he was still
Right.
scared, but he was like he was looking that man in the face. You know what I mean? Like he was like, "Who is doing this?"
Right.
And
There's like theories behind it. Like yeah, like was it fear or was he like very curious
Defiance.
about what was going on? Yeah, almost like defiance, like what is going on? Because
yeah,
so
I think I saw
I
somebody saying like I don't know. I think it was on maybe Reddit. I don't know where I saw it. There was somebody saying like, "Oh, it the high evolutionary was actually loved Rocket, but you know how to deal with that or whatever the fuck."
right.
And I was like, I think it's on his brain.
I don't
Yeah,
think he
right.
loved any of his creations if he was willing to kill everyone.
Like blow up a plant. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not love. It's more like because so like he because Rocket had that thing that caused it. Like he has
I
an engineering mindset that he couldn't replicate in any other
yeah,
creature, and it's
getting
just that fact like drove him insane like over the years.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think it was love. I think it was like just
how are you the only
curiosity.
one that
Like
can
how
think
did this?
freely?
Because
Yeah,
the thing in
right.
his brain, he was making them perfect, but Rocket had a natural thing that made him the best.
yeah.
So in his mind, he was like, "Oh, but I'm supposed to be the one to make you perfect. How are
How
you
do you know something I
defying
don't? Yeah,
even me?"
Right.
like how do you know something
Because
I
like
don't?
Yeah, and
the other
pissed him off.
animals feared him, but didn't really do anything. It's not like if he like they never had a plan like, oh, we're gonna kill the high evolution. It was just like, oh, we don't like him. That's
We're
cool.
gonna
We're
go
gonna
for the
sit
new
here.
world.
But Rocket was the only one who was like, no, I have to do something about this, and I think that pissed him off. Like, I made you who you are, and you're over here trying to be better than me.
Yeah. I
Um,
also liked
yeah.
how they kind of ended Drax's story a little bit. I enjoyed that because we always just saw Drax as like kind of like this goofy character that comes in clutch every once in a while, and then like seeing him more divulge throughout the series, at least from watching it, the third three, and like kind of opening up the layers of him as like the destroyer before the destroyer, and then that line that they had for him, like you were never meant to be a destroyer, you're meant to be a dad. That kind of hit. I was like, yeah, like you, that
Yeah.
shit hit. That shit hit.
Absolutely, dude.
I will say the part that made me cry, which is funny because like I'm gonna say this, straight up, I have never cared about Star Lord.
Nope.
Whatever.
Don't
I
care
just
about
like,
Star Lord.
and
Don't care about
nothing
Chris
against Chris
Pratt.
Pratt or maybe everything against him. I think
Fuck
he's
Chris Pratt.
cool. But no, I just like he was like to me the least interesting character.
hmm
I
You
got
know?
you. I would agree with that. Like he is just like the everyman that you
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
In the third one, he did get more interesting. So the part that made me cry was when he reunited with his grandpa.
Right.
Like that to me, like I was like, it was such a human moment in a movie that is not very human. Because like sometimes when you get these like very like fantasy movies, sci-fi, you kind of like ignore the fact that they're all just people.
hmm
Right.
So seeing him go back to Earth and just reunite with his grandpa, it really hit home. I was like, wow, that's
hmm
the only part that made me cry.
Dude, I guess I didn't know this until I saw it after the fact, but I guess like in a post credit sequence of number two, I guess like the grandpa was like in like he was in one of the cars that almost got hit by like Ego's goo popping out or whatever.
Oh, really? That's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, so and like I don't know if anybody knew it at the time, but looking back on it, I was like, oh yeah, that's Peter's grandpa. So if you had known that before, then like we all know he's
Yeah.
alive. But
Yeah.
so
Oh,
yeah, I just
that's
thought that was
very
interesting.
interesting.
Wow. I
Yeah,
didn't even know that. Wow.
that's
Wow,
James
some
Gunn, man. Yeah.
some eagle-eyed viewers out there, please
Facts.
go outside.
Touch grass. It's not that important. It's not that.
But Cody, what you think of it, man? I know you told me it was good, but we decided not to talk about it that much because of this.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to. I'm like having an internal struggle right now. I think I want to put it like above Guardians 1, which is kind of crazy to me because for the longest time that was like my opposite of Ivan, right? Like the Guardians for me has been like this is like what I like out of Marvel movies. Like I'm always been a fan of
Because
sci-fi
that's what
movies
I
in
wanted to
general.
watch.
Yeah, no, exactly right. So like I kind of tend to watch more sci-fi stuff in general. So like the Guardians 1 was just totally what I'm looking for in a Marvel movie. like the jokes land, and then the fact that it takes place in space, they can do. James Gunn has his own like toy chest, I guess he can play with all this space
Yeah.
stuff that the rest of the Marvel movies aren't really.
anything in the sandbox was to his disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so I think that really that ties into some of the flaws that I saw in the movie, where like the fact that someone else, closed Gamora's loop, right? It like
Yeah.
obviously made it really did seem like it made James Gunn upset, because now he's like, they're messing with my character. It's like outside of my world, right? So then he has to kind of figure out how it works in volume number 3.
What do
And
you
so,
mean
so to me, like characters like Gamora, um, it didn't feel as fulfilling as maybe it could have been if in that alternate universe, like where Gamora didn't die or whatever.
uh,
Um,
I
to me,
did.
it kind of seemed it was good for Peter to close that loop of, this isn't
not
the same
having her
girl. You got to
anymore?
move on, right?
Yeah.
I
Um,
like some people were, and I know this is the biggest problem for people is Adam Warlock, but I will
yeah,
say, I mean, they did tell you in the movie that they took him
He's
out too
premature,
early.
yeah.
right.
So I didn't have a problem with it because it does give you room to grow.
It gives him a reason why he's so dumb. Like it gives you a
Yeah,
reason.
I think for me that was like the literally the only other thing I wrote down as like a thing I had a problem with was Adam Warlock's like I liked Adam Warlock, and I don't mind the direction that he's stupid. I People are mad like, oh, he's supposed to have the soul gem and be tied to the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't care about any of that. He's like a space Jesus, right? Like it's kind of funny, just in general. Like
Well, yeah.
he's made of solid gold. Like he's flying around like he's a pretty boy dumbass. I think it's great. But I do think that although he was redeemed in the end, I feel like he didn't get like a lot of screen time. I just thought he'd be in the
Nah.
movie longer. Like maybe if he joined the end fight scene to the Beastie Boys or
That's
whatever,
what I'm saying,
like that
yeah.
might have been a good redemption point or something. Um, but I don't know. That was like literally the only other problem I had. Other than that, I thought it was a phenomenal film. I thought that everyone else got a good conclusion. We talked about Chris Pratt, or Star Lord. Sorry, I call him Chris Pratt.
Chris,
Nebula had a very good like conclusion to
oh
her story.
Nebula, and by the way, Karen, what's her name? Karen Gillan.
Yep,
If you're watching this, Karen, um, I
I'm
don't
giving you your
recognize you
flowers.
without the makeup, and that's
it's
not
true.
just the looks kind of thing. Like, yeah, sure, you're not blue.
Yeah, of
The
course.
personality, like it's a real transformative like
Mm,
role.
mm.
She looks
I
to
Right.
be
love the
like the
dynamic
sweetest
between
person on
them.
earth
Yeah.
outside of that movie. And yeah, no, I like if you just told me, hey, the girl that plays Nebula is like coming here, I'd be like, oh no, I don't want to hang out with her. But like,
Oh,
she's just the sweetest in real life, and
yeah,
like
dude.
that's just good acting. I would say that's like my favorite acting. Her and Dave Bautista are to me the best ones.
Dave
Yeah,
Bautista's a
and
better
Ivan
actor than
already
John
mentioned it, like
Cena.
the fact that Dave Batista's loop was closed. I thought that was great. I mean, Rocket, we already talked about it. Like
Mhm.
the Rocket's story was just so anything with animals, man. Anything with animals really gets me, and like the whole thing with Teeps
Mm,
and Floor, dude. Like every
bro,
time they did flashbacks, I was like, I
uh,
know they're gonna die, bro. I know
that
it.
shit hit too
I will
hard. I
say
was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
I
with you,
went to
Ivan.
the bathroom at some point and I came back to him talking to Lila,
Yep.
and I was like, "Oh my god, I know this is supposed to be a sad scene and it's like I'm not getting it." Like I was like, I know I'm supposed to cry, but I feel like I missed like the beginning portion of it, so it's not hitting home.
Uh,
Definitely missed it, dude.
Yeah, that like I mean that looked beautiful. Like when they're in like this like Harry Potter like after he dies in Deathly
Yeah,
Hallows kind of space.
mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, this is supposed to be sad," and I'm just sitting here like everyone's like on the verge of tears, and I'm just like,
dude, I thought it was so interesting too, that everybody was expecting somebody to die, and I guess just like the way the trailers like framed it. So like
Yeah, the way
everybody
it
was
looked.
just, you know what I mean? Like there's a couple scenes where like Dave Batista's getting carried out, or Star Lord, like that beginning part where he's getting carried out.
Yeah,
So people expected a death, and I thought for sure Star Lord was gonna die in space.
yeah.
Um,
I thought someone was gonna croak.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck?
But my thing, I'm happy they didn't kill Star Lord because it would have been really silly if he just died because he went to get the Walkman or the
that,
Soon.
that's true.
Sorry,
Yeah, if he didn't
but
get
then
the
he explains like I went to get it for you, and I was like, okay, I'm
right.
glad he's back because it kind of like close out the story. Like
Hmm.
you're the captain now.
I
That's
think
true.
I
Him passing that off was kind of a cool moment. And then I don't know what do you guys think about like Groot at the very end, like where we can hear and
Well,
interpret
the
like what
thing
he's
is,
saying?
yeah, I
I
saw a
read
rumor.
somewhere
Yeah,
that
yeah, it's
Okay,
like us
I
that
like this.
listening.
he's still saying I'm Groot.
Right,
We hear him though.
right.
Yeah, we hear
Okay,
him now
yeah, yeah,
because
Like
we're
we
part of the
understand him.
Guardians. Yeah.
yeah, dude. I love that theory. That's what I'm gonna
Well,
choose to
I
believe.
think James Gunn confirmed it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's beautiful. I thought that was
yeah.
really nice. You know, got to hear Vin Diesel say another word.
I know, like, cause I think someone's kind of like he's only said 5 words this whole time, and then you get to add like you get to add 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay.
like that shit post of
I
being
would have thought
like
it would have
Vin
been
Diesel
funny
almost
for
fired from set because he didn't memorize the script.
I think
I
he
could
had the
see it though.
opportunity to do something so funny with that. Like he could have been like I said, saying "I love you guys" like family.
Dude, I didn't know about I didn't know this either until I saw like after I saw Guardians 2. Did you guys know that like Groot that we see in Guardians 3, that's actually his like original Groot's son? Like it's
Yeah,
not the same Groot.
it's not the same Groot. Yeah, it's his son.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Groot that we see now is not Groot from
The
number
not Groot
one.
from one? Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't know, and it changed. I mean, it doesn't change that much. He doesn't. I mean, it's all like if I didn't tell, like Ivan didn't know, so it's like whatever. And I just
Yeah, I
found
was
out like
like,
the other day. So
that's kind of why I was wondering. Like, why is he swole now? Why is he different? Why does he look different? So that makes
right.
more sense now. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like I said, 4 out of 5. What's your rating, Corey? Cody, I don't know why I called you Corey.
Nah, it's all right. My mom calls me Corey sometimes, so don't worry about it. No, dude, I think 4 out of 5 is a good score. I think like for me, right, it's definitely probably my favorite movie this phase so far, right?
Mhm.
Which admittedly is not like the highest bar to clear. You know what I mean? This phase is not like off to like a rocking start or whatever, but
Well,
I
we
think
got some
this one
good
is.
ones.
We've got some
Yeah,
good ones for sure, but I think like you're
it's the
saying,
best one. It is the
you
best one.
get caught in the overhype and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think this one's the best one. I think Guardians is probably easily the best trilogy. Like I'm trying to think of like I think it's got to be the best trilogy, right?
Yeah, it's either that or Spider Man. I don't think Iron Man. I don't think is the best. Captain America. I don't think is the best.
Thor, like if you just count one, Thor 1, 2, 3, I don't think it's the
Yeah,
best.
Ant
So
Man. I think it's between Guardians or Spider Man for
that's
me.
probably what I would think too.
Which Spider Man? We talking about MCU strictly?
Yeah, the
Oh,
trilogy.
true. That's a good point, Ivan. Like I think that's a good point, but
Just I like every movie in the MCU Spider Man. People can hate him, but like I know that when they first came out, everyone loved them.
yeah, I love them too. Yeah, I think
I think it's just the
like for
fact
me,
of us
right?
getting. I think the rich initial love was just like, oh, we finally got a Spidey, and then like after it sizzled down, people were like, all right, let's look at this motherfucker.
Yeah, let's
I
And then
will
examine,
say
like,
right?
okay. I will
Like,
say this: after No Way Home, the best Spider Man we have in the MCU is Civil War Spider Man. I think
interesting.
the
mm,
5 minutes he's on in Civil War, like
It
especially
is a good five
the
minutes.
fight with Bucky and Sam, the jokes, the action
Not
hits.
yeah, I see what you mean, Christian. Not to get like too in the weeds, but yeah, I do think it's definitely between that and Spider Man. But that's where I would place it, man. I think it was a great film. It was a great send off for
I
James Gunn,
honestly,
and
I think one of his better performances as Spider Man was actually Homecoming. I think he did really well in Homecoming.
I liked
I,
Homecoming a lot.
people
I
don't
still
like
think
it too
that's
much, but I think that's one of the best ones. I'd put it as just cover for because of course nostalgia purposes. It's No Way Home, Homecoming, then Far From Home, last.
yeah.
But yeah, Ivan, what would you give it out of 5? Not Homecoming, but Guardians.
Going in as like a new watcher for Guardians, I'll definitely say it's like I'd agree with you. I'd say like 4.5. I think
That's fair.
it's not bad. It was a really good
Yeah,
movie. I
and
did enjoy it.
I think it was a solid movie. I can't really complain. And if people have complaints, those are valid, but I will not be listening. Mainly because, we all have our own opinions.
Fair.
It's different if
Yeah,
I was
dude.
saying like this is the worst movie ever. Yeah, correct me. But like I enjoyed it. You cannot tell me I'm wrong for enjoying something.
My
Dude,
thing
I'm
is,
excited for the DCU, man. I'm excited. James Gunn.
do you okay? Question: Do you guys think that since we're talking about DC, do you think they're gonna keep Ezra?
No, no,
Nah,
no,
I
I
hope they
Hell
don't.
don't.
nah,
I hope
right?
they don't keep them.
I hope they don't keep them either. Just move on from Ezra and get like a different Flash. You know what I'm saying Wally, get Wally in there, man. That's what we've been saying
Get
that.
Grant
If
Gustin, man.
no, he said he doesn't want to do. I think he said he didn't want to do any more Flash
No,
for a
he
while.
said he would come back for Flash
The Woody.
for the. Yeah, Grant Gustin said he would come back for fresh projects.
I just think we just need a new. We
Get
just need, like, a
Grant
new-
Gustin on board right now.
Get me in. I'll go in.
Thank you, Spider. Sorry.
Ivan says that me, when I like with the old filter, it looks like the guy that says "Thank you, Spider-Man."
Yeah, dude. Wasn't he also an Ant-Man? Wasn't he also like the
Yes.
guy who worked at the coffee shop? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
guy who says like, "Thank you, Spider-Man."
I'll put a picture of me with the old filter on there, and that's how we'll
Okay.
close out this episode.
Nice, dude.
Thank you for coming, Ivan. Follow him, please. Euros gift. I'll put everything in the bio. Cody will put everything in the bio. I don't touch that. Cody, you get to close this one out, buddy. Oh, also buy
dude.
the merch. But Cody,
Dude, funny you mention it. My final word is going to be buy our merch. So
I'm waiting on my shipping
yeah.
and handling.
yeah, dude.
it's been 1 day.
No, it's been 3. It's been.
I'm sorry. I will say we have this. We haven't really promoted it that much.
Dope bag. They're very.
It's
good
a bag for comics.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
the
want
color
mine to come in
break.
already.
Yeah,
Tired of
dude.
using. Don't be like me. Don't use plastic. Get the color break bag.
Save the planet.
Exactly. Don't be a piece of shit like me.
Yeah, Cody. That's it.
Just read more comics, man. Absolutely, just read more comics.
Hi guys.